for sharing. Okay, so just a quick introduction. My name is Jenny Grable. I am the Director of Marketing and Communications at Community Investment Corporation. Caroline Nelson is also joining us today, and I actually am unsure if we have other staff that are on. Anna Darian is new to our staff. She's helping with storytelling at CIC, and we also have Patty joining us, who works in our housing department. So we're fully staffed at CIC, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask those. Also joining us this morning, as I mentioned, is Kenisha Raymond, who has been integral and an incredible community partner and really led this project. So we're going to open it up to Kenisha to speak here in just a minute. Olga Flores, who's our small business manager, is also joining us. So well represented by Community Investment Corporation. So let's go ahead and get started on our presentation this morning. So for anyone that's unaware of who CIC is and what we do, we're a financial empowerment nonprofit, and we really focus on giving members of our community who may have been shut out or left behind in our economy access to knowledge and financing to pursue new opportunities. So this project is at the core of who we are. We're so thrilled to be sharing this out in the community, and really excited to give you some more details. Up next, I'm going to share a little brand video about CIC. So take a listen and a look. So that's a little bit about CIC, the work that we do in the community, and the way that we approach the work that we do in the community. Moving on to this program. So you are here to learn about our Black, Indigenous, People of Color Community Managed Loan Fund. Just to share some background information, and please, at all times feel free to ask questions, pop them in the chat, speak up, unmute, whatever it is. If we can share some more information, we're more than happy to. So this project truly arose out of the civil unrest and the murder of George Floyd that took place last summer. Staff at the Community Investment Corporation really wanted to do something active, and we work in the world of lending and capital access. So this project began with individual donations from everyone on staff at the time, really wanting to do something meaningful and concrete and to help bridge the capital access gap that exists in our country. So factually, 85% of entrepreneurs start their business with savings or with help from family and friends. And when we look at the wealth gap in our country, white families, have 10 times more wealth than Black families, 5 times that of Hispanic families. And so there's a huge gap there, and there's a cost, an economic cost to that in our communities. And we want to help fill that gap. We're really working to, this project is all about, providing access to capital, information, knowledge, resources that help bridge that gap and bring all the creativity and all the incredible innovation that exists out there into the small business community. Can I ask that everyone that's not talking maybe mute, because we're getting some background noise. Okay, great. All right, moving forward. So this project is all about a committee of community leaders who identify as BIPOC individuals who have created this loan project. I want to turn the microphone over to Kenisha Raymond now. And Kenisha, I would love for you to just share a little bit about, why you got involved in this project, and any, information that you'd like to share about, how it came to where we are today.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Jenny. I am Kenisha Raymond. I'm the program manager at Startup Tucson and the interim executive director at the Tucson Urban League. I got on this project because it was a passion project. I too am an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 12 years, and I remember when I started, there was no access to anything, not even education. So, thinking about funding and going forward, I actually work with small business entrepreneurs to get them funded, whether they're in the tech business or in the creative space. And I found that my BIPOC entrepreneurs were having a hard time getting funding. Even though I was backing them and we were pushing forward, it was very hard for them to get funded. And in Tucson, we have some angel investors, we have small groups, but still there's no funding and no access for BIPOC entrepreneurs. Last year, I decided to host the Black Business Town Hall. And to push more Black businesses out in the community, I teamed up with Ashley in the beginning and she helped really push it. And then Black Friday came out so we could take a step back. And when the funding came up, we were just all over it. As a committee member, the full committee, we have pushed since, I don't even know, I feel like it's been 5 years, but I think it's only been since
Just
January.
since January, yeah.
We have pushed so hard to make sure that every part of this process is accessible for everyone, that we're coming from a space of storytelling and love and understanding where you guys are coming from to really make sure that we are able to give everyone access. We know that sometimes it can be intimidating, and for us, we are just as nervous as everyone else. But we're super excited to hear your stories and to really learn more about your business. And whether it's funding that you get, or just support, or mentoring, or education, however we can do that as a committee. And with CIC, we will be here to help you. So thank you guys for being here. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, but I'll be around until the end.
Thank you, Kenisha. Yeah, and really chime in at any moment if you have any questions. So thank you so much, Kenisha. Okay, so this is our beautiful committee who have donated, given of their time, their talent, their energy to help develop this program. We've been meeting bi-weekly since January. And let's talk about this unique approach to lending that's been created by our committee. So just some logistics, right? The loan itself is part of a revolving loan fund. So this is one of the beautiful things about paying back your loan. If you receive a loan, it goes right back into a pool and right back out to another business owner. So we're looking at loans of $500 to $10,000. That's how CIC defines a microloan. 0% interest, up to 5 years is the term depending on the loan amount, and there will be no loan fees. Requirements. We have very limited requirements. Really, the main requirement is that at least 50% of business ownership identifies as BIPOC, so Black, Indigenous, or a person of color. Businesses must be located in Southern Arizona. These are some CIC requirements. A business can be in any stage. So this is also for startups. If you have a brilliant idea that you're ready to launch and you can prove it's a proven model, and you can share that story with us, or you have a proven vision, then you are welcome to apply for this loan product. We need you to complete the application. You can do it in video, audio, or text, or also submit a paper application, and we'll get into some of those more of those details here throughout the presentation. Okay, so this was a really big, this is really big to us, our goals, our intentions, and the way that this program came to be. And I say I've done a lot of the background work, but really all the ideas came from the committee. So we want to be fully transparent. We're all about transparency from beginning to end. We want to meet entrepreneurs and business owners where you are and help bridge the gap to where you want to be through capital access. So that's funding, education, and resources. This program is all about connections. So really focusing on building community connections, resources, knowledge around capital access, and ideally create some systems change. We have big goals with this. We hope that this launches into its own adventure. This is just the pilot. This is just the very first time. We're also looking to create a customer journey that's very different from a typical lending experience where you might feel incredibly intimidated and overwhelmed by all the kind of paperwork or numbers, and really create something that's personal, that's relational, and we aspire to have a familial vibe throughout this program. We're looking to create a roadmap. So this is really about being the first rung on the capital access ladder. So we're hopeful that we can provide business owners with the skills, the confidence to also, reach out for other access, to apply for other loans, to really understand how debt can help grow your business and how to access the different resources that are available through other traditional lending institutions. So we're also looking to provide next level service. We've been intentional about everything that we've done all the way through, authentic. We want this to include some mentoring if people need support in different ways. And we want applicants to feel more than just a number. We will be honoring all applicants who complete the application with a $100 stipend for applying. So this is kind of the flipping the script completely, where traditionally, you pay loan fees and you have to pay an application fee. This is all about honoring our business owners' energy, time, and the reality that this is taking away from us, from certain parts of your life. And this is a process, and we want to learn from you throughout this process. So we are providing, Community Investment Corporation is providing a $100 stipend to any business owner who completes this application in full. So we designed this program with a cohort model, and that's to help reach some of our program goals. What this does is it allows for this cohort of loan recipients to kind of build a little community and create connections among business owners here in Southern Arizona. It also allows us for a clear application opening and closing, and which is helpful to the committee. So typically CIC does offer microloans. You can apply for a microloan at any time. It's like a rolling basis. This particular loan fund, this particular product is in a certain time frame, and that's so that we can open applications at a certain time, have the committee have the bulk of applications to review, and move the process forward. It's also going to help us assessing what we've done and getting feedback from this cohort so that we can learn, how can we make this better? Where did we, nothing's perfect out the gate, right? So we want to learn what we can do better, and this will help us with assessment and feedback for those who apply and those who receive funding. This loan is all about storytelling. This was one of the most important messages that we heard from the committee, is that the storytelling gets left out of traditional loan lending applications. And so that's what this is all about, is your opportunity to share your business story and how this funding will help you, take the next step in your business dreams or goals. So this is something that's really unique and really, really exciting. A little bit on in the presentation, we're going to show you the very cool platform that we're using for you to do your storytelling, that's going to allow for video, audio, or text. So whatever's most comfortable for you to tell your story, you'll have an option to do it in that specific format. You could also write, and turn in a piece of paper, turn it in on paper, whatever is most comfortable for you. So what we've done, in the same sense of kind of flipping the script, is that there will be some requirements, but that's only if you're approved for loan funding. So as opposed to traditional lending models where you fill out all this paperwork and you've got to, get your P&L and your balance sheet all set and ready in order to apply for the loan, this flips the script in the sense that you'll get approved for loan funding, but then we will have some education pieces that we build into the program that will be required. So let's get to those. So after approval for funding, you will, be asked to make sure that you have a business account, a business bank account. And let me just also provide the caveat that we are here to help. Our team is here to help with all of these different elements. You'll need to have your business registered. Also provide an up-to-date profit and loss statement and a balance sheet. We will be providing online classes live. They'll be live, and then they'll also be recorded, so that if people want to watch it again, or whatever, we have classes that help really teach the details of a profit and loss statement and a balance sheet. In fact, those are required elements if you're approved for funding to attend those classes. So we have those dates already listed, and we'll get to those dates a little bit later. So if you might want to mark your calendar, just put it in pencil that in September, these two classes will be happening, and that if approved for funding, you will be asked to attend. We do understand that some businesses might be a little bit, might be in a different life cycle and really understand profit and loss and balance sheets. So we can have alternative conversations if the classwork seems, if you feel as though you don't need that. Once all the required program elements are complete, loan recipients will sit down and sign the paperwork. We'll have a member of our committee, our loan fund committee will join you, and you'll come to CIC and work with our loan team and get everything finalized. And we'll also talk about, what are the next steps that you might need for mentoring. Would you, having been one of the pioneers to go through this program, be willing to mentor another business? How do we keep these community connections going, and how do we build on what we're creating in this very first cohort? So just some details on our timeline. Applications will open on Monday. And we're going to go through, I'm going to show you a little bit more of the application, but everyone who RSVP'd for these info sessions or who filled out an inquiry form, we'll send out an email to you on Monday once the application is live. So you'll get it in your inbox and you'll have an opportunity to explore what everything looks like. We're going to make funding decisions and we'll announce our funding decisions mid-September. And then, as I mentioned, there's that coursework, and then all the final, paperwork and stuff will happen rolling throughout October, just to give you a timeline, a sense of when the money will come to you. We hope to hold a celebratory event, but we're just going to wait and see what life brings in that sense. So just to share the two-part applications process, I just wanted to give you just an eyeball of this. This is if you fill out the paperwork online. Once again, you can, we have a PDF, you can put it on paper and email it in or drop it off at our office if you'd like. But we're going to have everything available online for kind of quick and easy autofill and all of those good things. So the first step will be to fill out some logistical information. So it's through a platform called Gravity Forms that you'll fill out details and it'll come and submit to us. And then this second piece is something really exciting that Kenisha, who you heard speak earlier, really introduced us to. And that's this platform called Video Ask, where you will have an opportunity to provide your answer in video, audio, or text through this platform. And let me just give you just a quick little taste of the questions that will become, this is the committee that is bringing you the program.
Welcome. Thank you for exploring the storytelling portion of the BIPOC Community Managed Loan Fund application process.
We're thrilled to have you share your personal and business story with us so that we can learn more about you and your business.
We are the committee that built this program.
Our goal was to design a transparent process that meets you where you are while helping you bridge the gap to where you want to be.
We hope to support you with capital access, education, and resources if selected for the program.
Please follow the video prompts to share your story. You will have the option to share video, audio, or text.
So try not to be nervous. Have some fun. We're rooting for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that just gives you a little taste. What happens next is you click on the Ready to Start button. We will ask you to enter your name and your email once again, so we make sure that the applications are all lining up. And then you move into the questions. You can upload pre-created video or audio. You can copy and paste text from a document if you wanted to write out your responses in advance. The storytelling questions are already up on our website, so everything is fully transparent. You can know exactly what we're looking for. And on Monday, we'll also have details on kind of the scoring aspect, what our committee members are going to be looking at and looking for as they're listening to or watching or reading applications from different business owners. All right, as mentioned, if you prefer, the full application can be submitted offline in digital or paper format. We want to be accessible to everyone. We are also having the application currently translated to Spanish, and we can, if there are requests for other language translations, we are more than happy to do our very best to make them accessible to all. That's a big component of the program. So just to let you know kind of where we are so far, Through our inquiry portal, we've had about 20 different businesses that have inquired. We've had about 50 RSVPs. I'm not sure the overlap and who may have been, who have inquired on our website and who have RSVP'd for our info session. We have $100,000 for this round of loan funding. So depending on requests, we have $100,000 to provide out in loan funding that, again, as payments come back in, go back into the fund. Our current funders are Tucson Electric Power. We want to thank them so much. Also, BBVA, Cox Communications, and then CIC has also been a funder for this program. We have some incredible program partners, and when this whole concept came to mind, the very first places that we went were to Blacks Friday and Startup Tucson, to Ashley LaRussa, who's on our committee, and to Kenisha, who's joining us today, to really ask if this was needed in the community. And so we're so grateful for their support from the very beginning. All loan recipients will also receive a free membership to the Tucson Metro Chamber, and Growth Partners Arizona is also supporting us as a program partner. We have some big fundraising goals. We're hoping that, by the end of this year, we build this fund up to $250,000 with $1 million fundraising goal for 2022. So this is the beginning. This is just the beginning. And we really hope that this will become a valued resource in the community moving forward, and something that we're just building, that we're just getting started, that we're building upon. So at this point, I'll just open it back up. I would love, Caroline, Kenisha, if you have anything else that you wanted to share in relation. If you have questions, feel free to contact any of us via email. You can also call our office line if you're a phone person. And I would just love to open it up to any questions. And maybe we have, I don't know if we have any questions in the chat. Nope. Looks like we're good. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and just open it up now to any questions from.
Oh, hi, I have a question.
Sure.
Hi. So I where my business is, it's off of Toole Avenue, and we're like I have like a building, but we're also next door is solar culture, and then there's also a lot of artists that have studios like in that area. But what has been like coming up is that, so my person of color, African-American person, he's running solar culture, he's next door. And then Shaman in the basement, he is running the whole basement of the organization. He's also an African-American person, but neither of these people have what I have, which is like, I have the business, I have the EIN number, I have like, I've done everything like by the book. But as time goes on, what's happening is we're beginning to work more and more together as a community to put on shows, to create like things for the kids or whatever. So when I'm thinking that we should all apply together, even though I'm the one that has like the legit business, just because I'm seeing how we're beginning to like really meld our worlds together. But would I guess that's my question, would I want to just apply as Kinetic Arts Tucson, which is my business, or would I, because that's the established business, or would I want to try to apply for, the greater good of all of us? I guess that's what I'm wondering. Even though we're not established yet, we are like doing things all the time, but we're not established yet as a group.
I'm gonna let Caroline take it away.
All right, great. Thanks. Hi, Brenna. So CIC is, there are a lot of really strict lending laws around individuals making loans to individuals. So CIC is not licensed to make loans to individuals, which is why we have to make loans to business. So we can only make loans to actual registered businesses. If there's not a registered business, then it's considered a personal loan, and we can get in a lot of trouble for that. So that being said, if you're applying for your greater group, for the organization that you're talking about with all of the individuals that work near you, you would need to pull together the documents and actually create a business. So we can help you with that and walk you through it, but it would need to be formalized.
Well, you know how like when you with nonprofits, you can umbrella under a nonprofit or whatever. Like, what if like the greater group just umbrellaed under Kinetic Arts Tucson, which is the established business with the EIN, and then some of that funds were used to help the greater organization that's forming. It's not like fully formed yet, but it's in the process of being formed.
Maybe you and I can chat offline a little bit further about what that would look like if it's legally, if there's legal paperwork showing the structure and how it's tied together, that might work.
Well, because I guess the question is like, what's the stipulation for how the funds are used once you get them? Like, what do we have to use the funds for once we're approved?
Well, when you apply for the loan, you would tell us how you would like to use the funds or what you need them for. So that would be how you would need to use them.
Okay. Well, I'll contact you personally. You're Caroline, right?
Yep. And I have your contact information as well. So I'll reach out.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's a great question and a good idea to further to explore that further. So yes, LLCs apply. I just saw that Elia put that in the chat. Thank you, Kenisha, for responding. Any other questions? Kenisha, do you want to add anything else that I left out? No, well, I know. Oh,
can I ask one more question? When are we going to? So are we going to get like an email that says the loan application is open or?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so on Monday, as soon as everything's live and ready to go, everyone who RSVP'd for an info session or put in a loan inquiry will receive an email inbox, and you can always, pop onto the website and check when it's ready. But I anticipate, no later than noon, everything will be up and running, and you'll receive a message on Monday that everything's there for you. And and just in the chat, what Caroline provided a PDF that shows you exactly what you'll be asked in the loan application. So you can already see what the questions will be. It's just that the loan, all of the logistics will be opened up beginning on Monday. Caroline, we have another chat question that I'm going to toss to you. Hemp, agricultural, and cannabis companies, are they allowed to apply?
That's a great question. So as far as, and Kenisha, maybe you can help me remember where the committee landed on this. So as far as CIC goes, as long as the business use is legal federally, then we're able to make a loan. I believe that's where the committee landed as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
All
Spencer,
right.
you're welcome to reach out to me. I'll drop my email in the chat. You're welcome to reach out to me offline, and we can chat a little bit further about that specific question if you'd like.
All right. I know I put you on the spot earlier, Kenisha. Did you have anything else to add? No, she keeps muting. I'm like, please talk to me. Oh.
No, I don't. And ask your questions. Don't just ask the questions because you're going to get all the answers. That was one of the things that we really worked hard on, was diving into the application, so we're giving you all the answers up front. But if you are worried, just ask the questions, and the CIC staff are amazing, so they will get back to you and answer it. And if it's something that they're not sure of, they'll throw it back to the committee and we'll come back with an answer. But apply and ask your questions and enjoy the process, because I think it's probably the most fun process we've had creating something, but I think it'll be fun for you guys as well.
Perfect. Okay, my friends, if there are no more questions, again, feel free to reach out to Caroline, myself, to Olga, also on our lending team. And if you were hoping to kind of touch base with one of our committee members, feel free to reach out to any of us and we'll forward it along. There are trusted volunteers and the leaders of this program, and we also want to honor that they're volunteers. And so if we can field questions, we are more than happy to. But if you want us to pass anything along to any of our committee members because you would specifically like them to answer something, we know that they're available to you at any time. So, well, maybe not at any time, but with a certain given amount of time once we get the request. So I think that does it for this morning. Again, yes, Tiffany, yes, sole proprietorship does qualify. Saw that just pop in. That is one of the check boxes on the what type of business. And Brenna, I'm not exactly sure which one you would want to apply under. Again, I feel like a conversation with Caroline would be really helpful to kind of delineate how you might want to go about, navigating this particular resource. Okay. All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you for your interest. Don't hesitate to ask more questions. We are here. Derek, did you have a question? I just saw you pop on and unmute. Nope. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you all each so very much. As mentioned, this will be posted on our website here by the end of today, so that if you wanted to share this info session with anybody else in the community, we would welcome that. If you have questions, again, feel 100% free to toss them our way. We're thrilled to have this resource. We're really excited, and we want to support as many individuals as we can. We also want to build this up. So help us out, help us get better, give us feedback when you can. As you navigate the process yourself, as questions come up, don't hesitate to send them our way. And I wish everybody an awesome Friday and a super wonderful weekend ahead. Yeah, don't hesitate to reach out, okay? All right, I love the nods. All right, everybody, have a beautiful day. And Kenisha, thank you for being here. And bye. Oh. Goodbye, thank you all so much.
Thank you.